Come, mortals. Enter my realm, if you dare.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me today, and we are going to be going on to part 3 of Ameliance's custom deliveries. So last time we helped out with some lunches, so I'm really curious to see what's going to happen here. So thank you for your continued support, Claire, as I know all too well from my time as a student, it is nigh impossible to concentrate on an empty stomach. Hence why I have a mind to keep a few luncheon coffers at hand, if I could trouble you with the task of procuring them. Yep, so we already made some, so we just needed 3. As a Charlene, I'm all too aware of our propensity to prioritize nutrition over flavor and cuisine. Exposure to foods from other cultures through the homestead program, however, has broadened many families' views on nourishment. You might say it's given us food for thought, but even the most delicious dishes can be spoiled if not kept to the proper temperature, which is why I must be certain this luncheon coffer is up to the mark. I am at a loss for words. This is simply outstanding. Should students grow accustomed to such immaculate craftsmanship, I fear nothing less will ever satisfy them again. I shall take great pains to explain the unique circumstances under which this has been commissioned. There's our master artisan. You'll be happy to hear students have been quite pleased with their meals of late, thanks in no small part to your luncheon coffers. When they attend the Studium, Alize will always request her meals be prepared, while Fourchenault was always quite happy to state his appetite with Archon loaf. Each and every day, a peculiar trait he inherited from his father. That explains so much, doesn't it? But it is kind of cute. There is a matter I would wish to discuss with you. It concerns Mila. I fear she may be having difficulty with spellcraft. It is a complex art that cannot be learned quickly, nor through pure effort. One must have the aptitude for it. Fortunately, from what I've observed, Mila appears to have not only the capacity to wield magic, but also a clear understanding of how it works, in theory at least. And as you have seen yourself, she holds a strong desire to succeed. But I fear her determination is merely born of stubbornness. With each passing day, she returns home later and later. Least you wonder, being the considerate soul that she is, Mila always sends word in advance. Even today, she notified me that she would be staying on campus until late. I understand all too well the desire to prove oneself, but it should never come at the cost of one's own health. I must speak with her immediately before she falls ill, or worse. You may think me overprotective, but she is just a child. I have a duty to look after her, both as a mother and a friend. Yet the Studium is ever so large, is it not? I would be eternally grateful if you would help me search for her. Wonderful! You need but say the word. I am ready to leave at a moment's notice. Oh, does that mean she's going to be following us around? I just love that whole thing, like having them follow us everywhere. Okay, so we're the champion of House Livier. So much work to be done. She's to ensure students enrolled in the academic homestead program feel at home in Old Charlian. To that end, Ameliance has a new favor to ask of you. Okay, new quest continuing the story of Ameliance's efforts with the academic homestead program in Old Charlian is now available. Okay, so a mother's love. Ameliance is eager to depart for the Studium. Least you worry, I've informed Mia to wait here in case Mila returns home before we find her. With that, let us be off. Oh, I can scarcely wait to see the look on her face when we arrive. Oh, darn. I really thought that she would be following us. Well, let's go off to the Studium to find her. Oh, it's snowing! I love it coming here when it's snowing. It's so pretty. Plus, it's the middle of summer right now, and it's about like 92 degrees right now. Yeah, needless to say, I could really use some snow over here right now. So if I had to guess what's concerning Mila is it's probably what her mom said. Like before she left home, she explained that her mother told her that it was a mistake coming here, that she just needed to be a really good alchemist, that she didn't need to learn spellcraft. So that's probably, messing with her head. Is it strange that, having come all this way, I only now begun to have second thoughts about my plan to surprise Mila? More so, I should think, if she were to see you in the lead. You are far too kind. Thank you. Phenomena is where she's most likely to be, so I suggest we start there. Yay, she is accompanying us! Is something the matter? If you're hungry, I could have our tenants at the manor prepare something on our return. That was kind of random. I should have known she would not be here. There is rarely an opportunity to remain idle at Studium, after all. She did mention some manner of practical training today, however. Perhaps we can find her at Maker's Meet. Or, failing that, we can ask if any students have seen her. My, how wonderful it is to walk through these halls again. So many fond memories. Perhaps you would care to hear a story or two? Oh, I would love to. And there's one right up there, so I only see the one right now. It was the twins' graduation when last I was here. Unfortunately, an emergency foreign meeting prevented Fourchenault from attending. I've never seen Alize in such a foul mood. Fourchenault, meanwhile, tried to put on a brave face, saying he understood the demand and duty of the forum. But a mother knows when her children are hurting. Fourchenault was no better. Would that you could have seen it. He spent an entire day with Fourchenault in the kitchen, baking batch after batch of ginger cookies for Alize in an amusing attempt to cheer her up. Oh, that's adorable! I know that Alize does have a fondness for ginger cookies, so that would have been so cute. Oh, I could just picture the two of them baking cookies together. Oh, that's going to be so adorable. I'm sorry, did you need something? Please forgive us our intrusion. Would you perchance happen to know where we can find Mila? She's a student newly arrived from Thabnar. Oh, but how rude of me. I am her host mother, Ameliance Levier. Ameliance Levier? Yes, of course. Meladine, she's in the same course as me. She usually heads over to the pavilion by Numenon to study on her own after class. Perfect. She shan't be hard to find then. My apologies again for the disturbance. No problem at all. It was an honor to meet you, my lady. We have no time to lose. Let us make for the pavilion near Numenon. What's this now? As a student, my studies were centered on the arcane. Fourchenault, meanwhile, studied the art of somnotics, a dreadfully difficult discipline undertaken by those who aspire to become sages. One fateful day, he and I found ourselves working together on an experiment. I'd never worked closely with him before, but I knew him well by reputation. He was said to be unbelievably cantankerous, stubborn, unapproachable, and overall quite insufferable. All of which turned out to be true. Naturally, I wished to learn everything about him. He was always so flustered whenever we spoke, averting his eyes this way and that. It was also very amusing and peculiar. To even think of it begs for laughter. It's just probably best if we keep this conversation between us. Of course she would! Why am I just loving this family? Seriously, why? Oh, we got another one! What stories can you tell us from here? You wish to know about Nomenon? Oh, there's not much to tell of those dusty old halls, though I suppose they are not without a memorable moment or two. I once ventured there in the dead of night for some last-minute research. The deadline for my thesis was close at hand, you see. The corridors were dark and empty, with naught but the soft echo of my footsteps to keep me company. Then suddenly a shadowy phantom appeared before me, as if from the very void itself. Much to my surprise, a phantom it was not. Nay, 'twas Fourchenault, under the veil of his banish spell. He'd been sneaking around the forbidden archives. God's the look on his face, he near died from embarrassment. Speak of this to no one, I beg you, he cried. I oblige, but on the condition he take me to dinner. I trust you understand he's not to hear a word of this conversation. Oh my God! Who knew Fourchenault was so mischievous? Oh, I love that! You learn something new every day! Oh, no more stories? That's a shame. There she is, but she doesn't seem quite herself. But she doesn't quite seem herself. Mila? Lady Ameliance, and Claire as well? Oh no, is something wrong? Not at all, my dear. Everything is quite all right. Claire and I merely wish to check on you. It is getting rather late after all. You must be famished. Oh, I'm sorry for making you worry. I just got so absorbed in what I was doing. I take it you've been using the mammoth there to practice your healing? Yes, but to be perfectly honest, it hasn't been going well. The mammoth is designed specifically to respond to healing magic. Rather than risk the danger of practice on a living patient, students use puppets such as this. When a spell is successful, the mammoth will rise to its feet. Observe. Amazing. Lady Ameliance, that was simply incredible. Such grace and precision, without extending even an ounce of excess energy. It was absolutely perfect. Yet no matter what I do, the mammoth refuses to even move. I've been trying so hard to prove my mother wrong, but maybe she was right. Maybe I never should have convinced myself that I could master healing magics. I came all this way and accomplished nothing. You've been so kind to me, Lady Ameliance, and I don't want to waste any more of your precious time. Perhaps it'd be best if I returned home. Nothing could be further from the truth. You think so too, don't you?
Yes, that is simply not true. Please cheer up, Mila.
Whoa. Are you making it speak, Lady Ameliance? I don't know if that's a yes or no.
Parents are always thinking of their children. Your mother surely wants the best for you.
I know that. I do, truly. That's why I'm afraid of disappointing her.
You are not a puppet. You need not dance to your mother's tune. You have determination, passion, and a wonderful dream. Besides, always doing as one is told is not easy. Take it from me. I'm an expert.
That's hardly something to brag about. There's the darling smile I've come to admire. Mila, there is no doubt in my mind that a brilliant, hard-working young lady like yourself would make a fine alchemist. Your mother surely saw the same and simply wished for you to walk an easier path, a path where your success would be assured. And with great resolve and determination, you fought to pursue your own way forward. This is part of what it means to become an adult. After a child strikes out on their own, a mother can only pray they find happiness. I know not what to say. Perhaps a light stroll might help me to collect my thoughts before I make any rash decisions. Then we shall take a leisurely walk back to the estates. I would much rather hear your decision once we are returned. You'll like to come down with something if you stay outdoors over long. Who would have thought that the mammoth had the most helpful advice? I mean, I don't think it was Ameliance who was talking through it. I really don't think so. I mean, if we need a good example, we can always look to Gigi. If you don't know who Gigi is, then you should really be playing through the Goldsmith quest line. Like level 1 to 50. It's actually a really good quest if you ask me. So yeah, I guess I was right that Mila was thinking about what her mom said about how she did not want her to come all the way out here and to learn magic. Yeah, I guess I could see that. So we'll go ahead, finish up crafting the next 3 pieces, and that should be it for this week. I'm sorry for making you worry, and thank you. I've decided. I'm going to finish what I started. If there came a day when a life I could have saved was lost because I gave up now, I'd never be able to forgive myself. But more than that, I want to repay the support and kindness you both have shown me. I want to make you proud. That is, if you'll still have me. Oh, come now. You hardly need to ask. You shall ever be welcome here, Mila, and have our unwavering support. Have you any sage counsel for our aspiring weaver of magics here? If worst comes to worst, you can always have your fists. Practice makes perfect. Let's have a sympathetic heart to those in need of succor. An unshakable will is key. Let's go with this one. As funny as the first one is, I don't think that's appropriate right now. Sympathetic heart. A shoulder for those in need to lean on. I want to should become someone like that. Like you. One last word of advice from a former student of the Studium. Set aside practicing healing incantations for a time being and focus solely on manipulating the mammoth. Magic is the power to convert one's ether into tangible phenomena. The key is to visualize precisely what it is you wish to bring forth. I believe your problem stems from the lack of a solid image in your mind's eye. When picturing the act of healing, what do you envision? I don't know really. I've been so caught up with trying to perfect the technique, I hadn't given it any thought. Then focusing on manipulating the mammoth may be just what you need. You can concentrate on clear images like making it walk, run, or sit. With enough practice and repetition, more abstract concepts, such as the inner workings of healing a wound, should become easier to conceive. I see. The whole process just seems so complex, but that is in the past. From now on, I'm going to focus on visualizing everything, step by step. That's the spirit, but do take care not to push yourself too hard. For now, I think a hot bowl of soup is precisely what you need. It's a Thavnarian recipe, so I hope it offers a taste of home. Oh, are we joining them? Oh darn, that would have been so adorable. I cannot thank you enough for accompanying me today. I admit I may have lost track of time in all the excitement. Now then, if Mila and the other students are to continue their training, I believe it prudent we prepare a new set of mammoths. Those of cruder make are more troublesome to manipulate, and thus I must ask that you fashion ethero-conductive units to replace them. With a mammoth of good quality, Mila should be able to grasp how to manipulate her ether rather quickly, and I shall be beside her, ready to help at every turn. So we need to make 3 mammoth parts? That shouldn't be hard. Ether conductive mammoth. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit trickier than it has been. One, doing another one. You know, she's something else, Ameliance. Yeah, the impression I got from her back in 6.0 was that she was someone who liked to give Fourchenault a hard time, but she truly does love him. And that's kind of the impression like she gives for everyone. She enjoys teasing them, giving them a little bit of a hard time just to make sure it's not too easy for them. But you know she's always got their... But you know that she's always going to be a shoulder to lean on if you need it. I got too much crap again. How does this keep happening? Last one. Alright, so that's all 3. Ah, Claire, how are you? If you're ever in need of a respite, you're always welcome here. As we discussed, I would like as many mammoths as you can prepare to aid the students' training. Okay, make 3. As you know, mammoths are invaluable tools for helping students gauge their capacity for ethereal manipulation. Everything from their clothes down to their very cores must be highly conductive to ether if they are to observe clear results. Now, if you will allow me to inspect... Yes, this appears to be sufficiently sensitive to ether. The students will be pleased to have a mammoth so well suited to practicing their healing magics. What? That's very different to what you normally say. Oh, I can't accept any more purple crafting scripts. Yeah, okay. I'll be right back. Okay, back. Sorry about that. I don't mind wasting the white scripts, but I need the purple scripts so that I can get some better gear and everything. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the last 2 in. Thank you, Claire, not only for procuring supplies, but for believing in my vision. After everything I've learned of your grand adventures with Fourchenault and Alice, never in my wildest dreams did I believe we might find ourselves working together. But I could not have asked for a better partner. I guess that's it for this week, so there should be at least one more week. So I think by next week we should be done with at least the storyline for this, which is sad to think about. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed it and you're looking forward to next time. Bye!